Hello, Salvadoran Warrior here, and today I actually have an interesting story. More importantly, I went to regional San Diego a few days ago, and I have some things to tell. I'm going to be doing a deck profile on Hecahands. I'm going to complain about the the side deck, and finally, I got a story to tell. So, yeah, with that aside, guys, like and sub and all that crazy stuff, let's get right into the deck profile. As you can see, we are playing Hecahands, an interesting archetype that came from Phantom Revenge. And, it's a really, really interesting deck. Archetype, It's a really interesting archetype. And I say that because there's a lot of things that I played around, based on hand traps, some negates. I was able to play through it. And the best part, having bodies on the field is just freaking fantastic, man. There is a deck profile out there similar, which I'll give a special shout out to. Let me just bring up my notes real quick. Kuma Cards. Kuma Cards is the YouTuber that presented Hecahands with Chimera and suggested to most of his viewers who watched the video to play without the hand traps, because the strategy for this deck is disruption. He also has some replays on another video, so I guess you can say this is completely net decked. The only difference though, when Burst Protocol came out, we added Nightmare Hands to the deck. Sadly, we didn't get to use the card. It never got brought up, but I did use Monster Reborn, so that's cool. So there's that as well. And we're using 2 Godos, so that's pretty much it. The side deck, however, sucks. Let me quickly talk about the deck, because I know Kuma Cards will bring it up, but we got Phoenix Rhino, and we usually discard him with Baphomet, the mythical king of phantom beasts. And once Phoenix Rhino gets sent, we can send this card, and when we send this card, we can search for Mutiny in the Sky, and we can fuse to either Duke if we need that extra normal summon, or if everything is in place, we can add Loose to the thing. Where is he? Right there. We can add Loose. Goblin's Crazy Beast was also an interesting card. Just remember, do not activate Big Wing Baphomet's effect if you're planning to go into Crazy Beast, because once you activate Big Winged Baphomet's effect, you'll be locked out of the extra deck unless you're planning to bring out fusion cards. If you're planning to bring out an XC card or Synchro, forget about it. Big Wing says no, only fusions. But if you don't activate his effect, go into Crazy Beast. And we got plenty of level 6s. Nightmare Apprentice, Chimera, where is he? This guy. We also got this guy too. Duke is another one. And if we somehow bring out Yada or Itis, these are also your level 6s too. But you're never gonna normal or special summon these guys. They will become searchers. And I know what you're thinking. Running multiple of playsets of Yada and Iptis must have felt like a cluster. And to be honest with you, not really. I never got into that moment where I felt like I drew too much of these guys, because I either used Chimera Fusion as fusion material, or I had some clever way to like get rid of them. But still, I never got to the moment where I had dead hands. The only dead hand that I got were a few plays. Like if I only had hidden Hecahands and I drew this and this, Chimera Fusion and Tartarus, yeah, that would have been terrible. But those are the rare chances. Everything else has been easy breezy. So that's all I can say about the deck so far. It's great. For Genesys, it's amazing. Advance, I heard it's rogue, but Híjole is all I have to say, man. Híjole. But Genesys, perfect. This is like the best deck you want to play with. And I'm going to show you some plays, some test hands, so that way you can get a general idea on how to play Hecahands. So let's just get right into it. So here's the hand. If you run into this scenario, all you have to do is normal summon Mirror Sword Knight. We'll activate Mirror Sword Knight's effect, and we will special summon Big Wing Berthemit. And once Big Wing is summoned, we're going to search for 2 cards, Chimera Fusion and Gazelle. Once those 2 cards have been searched, we are going into Fusion a Beast and a Fiend, so we could bring out Chimera. And once it's summoned, 3 effects will kick in. We're going to go into Chainlink 1 to send a card randomly from their hand to the graveyard. Next, we will search for an illusion monster with Gazelle since it was used as a fusion material. And the last will be Big Wing Berthemit's effect to special summon an illusion monster from the graveyard to the field. And Mirror Sword Knight is the only one. So we will special summon, and when we search, we will search for either Goros. Let's search for Brutus. Brutus would be good. So before we do anything, we're going to grab Chimera Fusion from the graveyard to the hand, and receiving it back, it is a card once per turn. Okay? Chimera Fusion will activate, and this time we're going to bring out Berthemit. And we'll send this, and I guess, and let's get rid of this. Alright, so here's Berthemit. Berthemit's effect will activate. We'll send Rhino, and since Rhino was sent, we're going to send Dawn's Light. Since Dawn's Light was sent, we're going to grab Mutiny in the Sky. Alright, next is Brutus. We will send Iptis. We'll send Iptis back to the deck so we can special summon this guy. He will be special summoned, and we're going to activate the effect. And every time I did this, I came to 2 scenarios. One monster that had a special summoning requirement, and just your typical throwaways, mostly hand traps. I don't think I was able to special summon the special summon requirement monsters, so I just chose the hand traps. And if you do come to that scenario, we'll be able to contact Fuse, and we'll contact into this dude. Let's bring out Zeus. His effect will kick in. We'll grab Hidden Hecahands. And once Hidden Hecahands is there, we will send a card. We'll send Berthemit, and we'll grab Godos. And once that's done, we're going to set a trap card. This one right here. This one negates monster effects. And once that happens, we'll send Yada back and grab this card and negate magic and traps. And based on these 2 trap cards, if we negate a monster effect, we'll destroy it, but we'll special summon to our side of the field. Same thing with this card. If we negate a spell or trap, we'll destroy it, but we'll set it to our side of the field as well. Cool, huh? Next, Mutiny in the Sky will happen. We'll bring out Loose. We'll grab this, this, and this. Send all those 3 together. Not Baphomet. You leave Baphomet in the field. And once Loose is on the field, it has probably the best protection if monsters are on the far left or the far right, which I thought was really, really cool. Lastly, let's force our opponent to draw so we can activate let's activate Brutus. We'll special summon this guy. We'll activate the effect to look at our opponent's hand randomly, and if it's a monster, special summon it to our side of the field. And then after that, we can end turn. Right. Let's do this. Now, we're gonna activate Chimera's effect real quick for some small interruption. We'll pick Gazelle. Once Gazelle special summoned, we'll grab this. We will negate. And we'll set it to our side of the field. And yeah, we'll end the turn. I guess we'll banish, special summon Chimera, and look at the advantage that we have. And if we really want to, we can do this, go into this, pick this, this, and activate this card, grab Chimera Fusion, and then just go into battle, end the game. Alright, let me show you another combo. I'll activate Nightmare Princess effect, special summon, we're gonna grab Sword Knight. Summon Mirror Sword Knight. Activate the effect of Mirror Sword Knight. Normal summon. And we're gonna grab Fusion. And we're gonna send this guy. I didn't mean to do that, by the way. With a misclick. I want that. Fusion. This and this. Yes. Chain 1. Chain 2. Since we already used Iptis, we're gonna grab Yugioh. We're gonna send Rhino. And after we send Rhino, we'll send this. And then we're gonna search for Mutiny in the Sky. Grab Mutiny in the Sky, activate the effect, and then once we get a monster, special summon this dude, fuse into this, do this, and we're going to search for search for this. And then go Crazy Beast. Crazy Beast is summoned. Then we go Mutiny. Send this guy back to the deck. So we can special summon once Duke is special summoned. Do that. Sack. Activate the effect. Get another. And then we can go Chimera. This and this. And once that's special summoned, do this. And we'll get the milling. Once that happens, we'll activate Yugioh's effect. We will grab. Now let's grab this card. That. Set. And grab Chimera Fusion. Set Chimera Fusion. And we can end turn. Alright. So here we go. So as soon as they do anything, we're going to activate Mirror Sword Knight's effect. Grab this guy, put him in defense mode. The effect will kick in. And we'll grab 2 of these cards. Perfecto. We're going to activate Crazy Beast's effect. And send this guy. Do anything else, I'm gonna activate Chimera Fusion, go for Guardian, special summon Guardian, do that, and then we'll search. Okay, Yugioh. Bam. And if we really want to, we can just go into game. So that's pretty much all I have to show you. I did promise you a story, so I'm going to tell you one. So when I was over there in San Diego, I was waiting for Genesys, and I was going to go in there with Hecahands. And by the time the match started, I was able to play around with a lot of things, and having to practice by myself versus playing in real life are 2 completely different things, because you're not typically ready with whatever is out there. But there's an old philosophy that I always remembered. You see, if you practice a kick with different techniques, you're considered a master. But if you practice one kick 1,000 times, maybe even 100,000 times, doing that one kick will make you the most deadliest person out there. So I put that philosophy into Yugioh, and it paid off. It's just there was this one duelist who was using Dragon Lords, and I had no knowledge of what Dragon Lords did whatsoever. Radiant Typhoon is what he threw me off, but I think he only did it so he can search for MST. So once the back row is cleared, then he can go into his Dragon Lord plays, and yeah, they were pretty terrifying. So by the time I caught on game 2, I figured I would do disruptions, and by the time I disrupted one of his plays, it paid off. And when he realized that the babies were hard once per turns, he just surrendered and went into game 3. And by the time game 3 started, I heard the biggest announcement. The judge yelled out, 6 minutes, duelist. And once I heard 6 minutes, I was like, oh man, we got to play quick. So my opponent, he tried his best to create a board, and there were only 2 monsters on the field. And by the time he was done, I only had 2 minutes. And so I wish I could replicate this, because the only thing I had left were my Chimera plays. And my whole strategy was special summon Chimera, the Phantom Beast, try to bring out as many illusion cards that I can. And once I fuse out into Chimera the Illusion Beast, use Mutiny in the Sky to bring out whatever I want, mostly just Duke, and attack with Illusion Beast, since it can attack more than 2 times based on how many materials it uses, plus finish with Duke of Demise. But since Konami had the perfect time rules, me and my opponent got a double game loss on game 3. And that was the end of that, man. I was so mad. I was so livid. But you know what? It was fun. It was so fun. The most fun I had in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever since I started back in the pandemic era. Can you believe that? With that aside, that was pretty much my experience with Hecahands. I really love this deck, and I really like how Hecahands works hand in hand with Chimera. And like I said, I didn't get to use Nightmare Hands. I really wish I did. If I did, I would have had more to tell you, but since I don't, maybe next time. And until then, man, you know, this deck is fun. This deck is great. And with that, you guys have a wonderful day or night or maybe morning. And you take care of yourselves out there. You stay safe. And as always, man, like, let's try to keep Genesys alive, man. Let's do it. And let me know in the comments what you think of Hecahands. One duelist told me that they hate the deck because the hands is their phobia. They don't like looking at it. Others say it's cool. It's just, you know, if it was advanced, I would have had access to corn. But since I don't have that, oh well. So yeah, man, I'm gonna fix the side deck, and I'll continue to play Hecahands because it's a fun deck. Next week, Maze of Meratos comes out, and I thought about making a Dark Magician deck for Genesys, but I think I'm gonna make it for Advance. So when I have the deck ready to go, I will have a deck profile for that as well. So this is it. Goodbye, and I'll see you on the next one.